I think if anything, we're living in a better time than ever because social media, you can do. You might not do it well yet, but you can do it. It is not business as usual. First of all, okay, so it's not business as usual. What do I mean by that? We're still doing business, but to act like nothing is happening is actually going to hurt you rather than help you, right? So say you're a local business and you've been trying to play a bigger game, right? Because they've always told us, fake it till you make it. It's all about perception, da 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 da. Well, Ernst & Young just had a study come out a couple weeks ago, and essentially what it said is 42% of people that have never really cared about working with local business are now going to hyperactively look to book local businesses, to use local businesses. People want, in that same study, there was all sorts of numbers, but in that same study, people want you to address what's going on. Now, they don't want you to address it like everyone else. Like, if I see anybody on this call say we're all in this together on any of their posts, I will write you a message, a not kind message. We get it, right? Every brand has said we're all in this together. So understanding that the most authentic messages, I think, are what's going to work the very, very best for you. So a lot of times we overthink what people are going to think if we're vulnerable in our posts. Talking about what you're going through is actually a good thing right now because it makes people see you as human. And a lot of brands it could help them to be seen as human. Essentially, I think that it is probably a finer line here than we've ever had before, right? Because you want to get back to business as normal. And a really good thing to remember is that people need your service. Okay, so I think that understanding that, where's Grant at? He loves data. So understanding the numbers, I'm not going to get Grant data level, but understanding the numbers is really important. So social media use has been up over 50% over the past few weeks since COVID happened. The biggest players in those is actually YouTube and TikTok, right? Not that I need you all to go jump on TikTok right now, but YouTube, I don't think that you should ignore. YouTube has been steadily climbing and Google owns YouTube. So I think that that's one that really is good to pay attention to in general. I was already stating this fact that was in a study last year. By the end of 2020, all experts in my field were saying 80% of content would be video on the internet, like that we were consuming. We shot that up really quick during COVID, right? People you'd never think would get on video were on video. So the people that were at work, just not working and kind of going on LinkedIn to just look at other jobs and that kind of stuff went down, but like decision makers and all of them started using it more. So the numbers don't look good on LinkedIn. However, everybody I've talked to in this space, in my space and in other business space have had a lot more success on LinkedIn over the past few weeks. I think it really depends on your demographic, right? If you're under 35, under 40 or a product, Instagram's a good place. If you're in the B2C world, which even if you have products, you usually probably have a B2B side too. So if you're in the B2B world, I mean, not B2C, LinkedIn is a wonderful place. And then I think that sometimes using some of the ones we don't think about, like Reddit and Tumblr, just to gather some data and client opinions and reviews is really good too.